Alright, now that we know how to create and name a matrix, let's learn how to subset and select single and multiple values from it. Remember what we said about matrices? They are natural extensions to vectors. Well, subsetting matrices works in much the same way indexing and slicing happens with vectors. We just need to take into account that matrices have 2 dimensions instead of 1. Okay, let's get to it. I will create a matrix very quickly. This matrix gives us the box office grosses of all 8 Harry Potter movies on US soil and worldwide. I have intentionally left the column and row names blank. We will have no difficulty adding them later. Okay, take a look at the matrix we just made. It has 8 rows and 2 columns, and our indexes them accordingly. Rows are indexed with the number of the row, followed by a comma in square brackets, whereas columns are indexed by a comma, followed by the column number, again in square brackets. So why is that? Well, this is the way our notation system is all set up. Extracting a value happens with square brackets, and the values you want extracted in those square brackets. If you're working with pluridimensional objects, think of R's extraction schema as looking like this. Basically, the element that's always there is the comma. Okay, let's try and call a single value from the matrix. 897. It is located on the 6th row and in the 2nd column. And just like indexing vectors, we can type hpmat, open square bracket, row number, comma, column number, close the square brackets, and we get the value we wanted, 897. Great, easy. What if I wanted to call an entire row, however, with all the values on that row? Let's say I want to get the US and worldwide box office figures for the movie on the 6th row. If I just type this, R returns 290, a single value. Why does that happen? Well, here is why. When we give R this specific instruction, it looks for the 6th value, not the row, not the column. So, R goes through all the values in the matrix, one by one, column by column, left to right, and it counts. 290 is the 6th value, so this is what is returned. If we really want to get the entire 6th row, I should have typed the comma after the row number and used a blank space to indicate that I want every value on that row. Open bracket, 6, comma, blank space, closed bracket. This returns 290 and 897, all the values in the 6th row. The exact same logic applies to extracting an entire column, but this time the comma precedes the column index. So hpmat, square bracket, blank space, comma, 2, close the square bracket, and voila! All 8 values for the 2nd column. Notice that R returns the result as a vector instead of a matrix. This is because we're only asking for a one-dimensional object, and a vector suffices to store such information. Which brings me to the next type of subsetting, selecting multiple elements. This and more will be the topic of the next lesson.
For more videos like this one, please subscribe.